The Bears are the king of the North. That's right. They are the NFC North champs by way of the Detroit Lions losing. Well, that just takes the suspense out of everything. Um, the Bears, the only thing the Bears are fighting for, or any of these last two games um, that they're playing, they're trying to play for the number one seed. Right now, they already have one home playoff game. That's good, considering that they were not even picked to be in the playoffs this year at all. They were not uh, pegged to be in the playoffs. They're a year ahead of time. So this is great. This is great. Now, what the question is, how will they play in the playoffs? As we know, Caleb Williams has not really been playing that well. He's still struggling with Ben Johnson's offense. He's gotten better. Yes, he has gotten better, but he needs to get it. As Ben Johnson say, in December, he expects the Bears to be playing their best ball. They've been winning, but as a fan that I'm looking at the game, I'm not really saying that they playing their best ball. I mean, they're playing better than the first week of the season. Yes, that's true. But their best ball, well, it's because they struggled for 2.5 to 3 quarters, giving us a fits where they left so many points on the board where they have to win, be the cardiac bears, where they should have won a number of these games decisively. And that's going to happen. As far as what come to expect for a team with a first year coach, new offense, new defense. This is the mark of a new, fresh team learning new stuff, new schemes. We can give them that, but it's like it's teasing us fans. We like, okay, we know that this is a new system, a new culture. Ben Johnson has brought this culture to the Bears. Yes, he has brought this culture to the Bears, and we like it because this is something that a lot of us have not seen in a long time. I mean, you go back to Mike Dicker. If some of us old schoolers, I know the new schoolers don't remember when Mike Dicker came to the Bears, was hired by Papa Bear Hallis. The aim was to bring a new culture, bring back the monster of the Midway of the '60s, that tough Bears culture. They needed someone with a fierce personality to get these Bears, shaped up because they were saying we was too soft, and he did that with that great Bears defense. Mike Singletary, Dennis, Richard Dent, you know, all of them. Steve McMichael, Dan Hampton, you know, Wilbur Marshall, Otis Wilson, Super Bowl shuffling, and all those. That was a treat, you new schoolers. That was a season to behold. Now, yeah, they only played like 14 games. I believe that was 14 games they played that year. But they almost went undefeated. They only lost one game that year. But Mike, think about a culture that wasn't seen, from my era of football. And he brought that there, and it was great. He rode that until it couldn't be rode no more. But now, fast forward, Ben Johnson has brought a new culture, this time from the offensive standpoint. And with the way that the NFL is today, it's offense. Now, let's go and examine what the Bears need to do. What do you think the Bears' goal is for this offseason? Because we are ahead of schedule. We were not thinking about the Bears going to the Super Bowl. We were just basically just wanting them to just be competitive and make a good showing in this season in Ben Johnson's first year. So for them to make it this far, I mean, you're making it to the playoffs. Now we like the NFC North champs, the king of the North. Now, what is the expectation now? What do we want now? Well, I can tell you, it's like just ride it as far as we can ride it. The players just need to keep playing hard and just see where it takes us. Because now we have something to improve on for next year. We were not playing at our best ball. That's scary. And I think a lot of teams, they took us for granted because this is our new season. And we ended up slipping up the ladder and do that and make the this playoff run. So that being said, well, if we're going to try to go as far as we possibly can, that means Caleb Williams has to play better consistently from start to finish. We do not need the Cardiac Bears to be, playing at this time of season, especially in the playoffs. Cardiac Bears, that was good and that was fun, but we don't need the suspense, right, fans? We don't need the suspense. We need to put teams away decisively if we are in that situation. Caleb can't be missing layups. He can't throw 3 or 4 times before he make a great play. We don't need to wait till the end of the game for him to see him make these great throws and things like that. He needs to make the right read and throw to the right receiver. Because as you saw and as I saw, is that when he overthrows a receiver or he throws, like you see that he's covered, a receiver is covered, if they run back to replay, you'll see 2 other receivers wide open. And you'll be like, why did he choose to try to throw in that tight window or that angle where it was a difficult throw to make when you got 2 other guys where it was been an easier throw? And instead of maybe not a 40-yard pass, it could have been just a 20-yard, 25-yard pass in the game. And who knows? Run after the catch could have broke it open for a touchdown. Because some of the receivers that I've seen on those replays are wide open. It's like so much field is in front of them that, man, you just get it to them and they will probably run for a touchdown or damn near. But Caleb's have to make those layups. He also have, when he scrambles, I would like him to learn how to pick the right running lane when he needs to scramble. It just seems like that he scrambles and gets out of it, but it just seems like when he decides to do that, it's like he picks the wrong lane, and it's like a struggle. It's different from like a Justin Fields when Justin Fields was running. It seemed like he just picks the right lane and he just gone. Caleb Williams, like he got the twist and turvy and run this angle that look like a little cage rat or something like that, boxing rat trying to find the hole to get out. Where some of the better runners, like just look at Malik Willis of Green Bay. You see how easy it was for him to get out of trouble and run. Caleb needs to be able to do that on the scramble, so it won't make it so hard on him. And also know where the first down yard marker is. So many times he run out of bounds a yard before first down, or slide before the first down. That needs to improve. The defense, oh my goodness, Dennis Allen defense. In the media, they keep saying how good Dennis Allen is as a defensive coordinator, and I don't doubt that. I've seen those New Orleans teams in the past and things like that. But his defense. This year he has to do a better job coaching the defense, because they give up too much run. They can't stop the run, and they can't stop the long pass or the dink and dunks. Teams just dinking and dunking. He can't stop it. Even though they're doing the takeaways, it's bailing them out. You can't rely on that in the playoffs. A lot of teams are playing their best ball. They're aware of that, so they're going to be trying to take care of the ball. And in a later episode, when I talk about the Dennis Allen episodes, one of the main things that I see is wrong with why Dennis Allen is a bend that don't break and not like the old Dennis Allen defense is because I don't believe they have some of the right players to play that type of defense that Dennis Allen is normally used to playing. I think the linebackers are a little bit too slow. I think we got too many slow. You need fast linebackers, fast cornerbacks or safeties. I think the safeties, the cornerbacks, I believe is okay, but you need the faster safeties, faster linebackers. The defense, you need a better upfront screen. The four down linemen that are used to try to put pressure on that. In today's NFL, that type of pass rush, you don't see that much, because man for man, these teams have these real big, strong offensive linemen. To me, I always felt like the 3-4 defenses was better. The Bears had some of the best defenses when they ran the 3-4, and that's where Khalil Mack under Vic Fangio, Greg Williams when back in the early 2000s under Dick Duran. They ran 3-4. That means you have a nose tackle. The nose tackle anchors the defense, and so that creates a different way that the offense have to line up. When Khalil Mack was led defense, you had Akeem Hicks as a nose tackle, and he always was pushing that center. It starts with the center, so it opens up where you can see the linebackers, the four linebackers in back, can see what's going on in the inside. And Vic Fangio is good at calling the right blitzes. Where I don't see with Dennis Allen, it's like he may call it blitzes, but don't. If I think I'm not the only one, but it just seemed like other than Kyler Gordon, it seemed like the other guys are just way too slow in getting into the backfield on the blitz. You need fast, like in Minnesota. Florey's difference. They get back there quick. It's like the Bears are just too slow. They're like the ones they're trying to blitz is too slow. They don't get back there fast enough. The linebackers seem to be too slow. Now, when those replacement linebackers were in playing, it was like, wow, they made all these tackles and they was running sideline to sideline. They was flat. Those are Dennis Allen type linebackers, players. They fast and strong and wasn't missing tackles. Tyreek Stevenson is not the type of cornerback that can play Dennis Allen's defense. You know, TJ Edwards, those two linebackers, Edmonds and Edwards, it seemed like they're just a little too slow to play that type of defense. Now I know Edwards was been hurt all the season, and that could be one of the reasons why he's slow. But it's just like Brisker just seems to be a little bit slow. They don't fly to the ball, it's like they have to see the runner or the ball catcher catch the ball before they react. Where if you notice that other teams, when they play the Bears, as soon as the Bears catch a ball, a lot of time, those guys are right there, especially those short passes. Those guys are right there to make the tackle. They don't give an opportunity for our receivers to wiggle when it's a contested, when they are covered. So we're going to have to see how Dennis Allen's defense is going to play here on out. Maybe he'll change the way he is. He blitz, as they say, they be blitzing, but sometimes they be looking like, I think one game they say he was blitzing 50% of the time, and I'm like, when? I didn't see that. It didn't look like no blitz. And the other times when I do see them blitzing, it's like they are too slow getting back there. I don't know if they taking the right lanes or they just not getting there. So we're gonna see what happens with this run. This, some people want to call it a fairy tale run. It's unexpected, but we're gonna ride this surf until it ends. Okay, so until next time, we're gonna talk about something else, and I'll see you. Go Bears!